friends, family, subscribers to the YouTube channel, Adventuring with the S.G.O.C.C. So I've been meaning to change strings on this guitar for a while. I don't play nearly as often as I did, especially over the last year and a half, because of all the gear I lost trying to feed myself. But here we have an Ibanez S470. It has this trick little tremolo with a ball bearing. I don't know if you all can see that right there. So I've had mostly Super Strat guitars my whole life. Super Strat is a Strat style body, different configurations for pickups, locking nut, and a tremolo. Usually a Floyd Rose. There's been other tremolos. This is one that came out from Ibanez. I like it a lot. My Jackson has a original Floyd Rose on it. But a lot of people get freaked out on what it takes to change the strings on a guitar with a tremolo. And I've been doing this for, my goodness, over 30 years. I do it the same each time, and it works out fantastic each time. So, what you're going to need? You're going to need a trem wrench. This is a wrench that comes with all kinds of tools that you're going to need to work on your tremolo, your guitar. Okay? These are the pieces that you're going to need to loosen up the locking nut. These are the pieces you're going to need to release the strings here in the back of the tremolo, right here. Okay, you're going to need a really good set of wire cutters. You're going to need a pick. You're going to need a string winder. These are fantastic and they save your fingers. You're going to need a choice of strings. I've been using Ernie Ball's Super Slinkies on all my guitars, except one, for decades. I also use a portable tuner. And I always hit my new strings with some fast fret. That's all you need. What I use is a pad from my gun range stuff to hold the neck. I have a thick towel folded to hold the body. And all you're going to do, here's the first step. You loosen up the nut. That's the nut. Takes 3 screws, you loosen it up. Once it's loose, the strings at the headstock and the tuners can be better accessed. All I do is take my string tuner tool, I loosen them up a little bit. Then, one at a time, starting with the low E string, I loosen the retainer, take the string out of the holder of the tremolo, replace each string one at a time. After I get the new string on and I wind it down a bit, I use the tuner and a pick to get it reasonably close to the next string. I know it's not going to be in tune, and that's fine. I set it, somewhat tune it, and continue through all 6 strings. At the end, I hook it up to my sweep tuner, which is on my rack rig. And that gets me dialed in beautifully. Once my guitar is tuned, I pull the strings up and down 2 or 3 times to give them a little stretch. Just because. Make sure that the retainers are tight. Make sure that the strings are in tune. The last thing I do is retighten the locking nut. Hit them with some fast fret. Tune it again to make sure it's still in tune, and that requires loosening the locking nut. And that's usually it. It takes me about maybe 20 minutes to change the strings on an entire guitar. Today I have 2 guitars to do because my Jackson is out of tune as well. The rest of them are gone. Sadly, I would love to get them back. I got one that I'm going to lose after the first of the year just because, well, just because a vehicle is more important than my guitars. So my Schecter Hellraiser with EMGs, it's a higher level Schecter. It's going to be gone. So I won't have any guitars with EMGs. I'll just have my two that I'll never get rid of, which is this Ibanez S540 that I've had for about 10 years, and my Jackson that I won in a raffle on the absolute best Facebook page ever. It's called Axe Heads, and it's a page where everybody just supports everybody else. If you've got gear questions, questions on a guitar build, I've never seen another Facebook page where literally 100% of the comments and 100% of the posts are uplifting, complimentary, and supportive of all the other members of this group. It's led by a cat. I think he's in Ohio, but he does swirl guitars, swirl paint on guitars, and he's amazing. He's a really good dude. It's a really good page. There's men, women, youngsters. It's just a great page, and it's the ideal of what Facebook should or could have been that it isn't. So that's how I tune a 6-string Super Strat guitar with a locking tremolo. Those are the tools. That's the procedure. I'm going to get after it. It's too boring to watch me do it. Remember, one string at a time, get them reasonably in tune, tune it, lock it, stretch it, unlock it, tune it again, lock it, and you're good to go. And my strings last me. I probably won't have to change strings on these two guitars that I'm going to do today for at least a year, year and a half. And I'm starting to play more. I'm becoming more inspired to pick up a guitar again. It's just, honestly, I had my heart broke. I lost $10,000 worth of gear, my drums, amps, my whole bass rig, my 2 bass guitars, of which one was a one of 222. Lost everything because of the dirty deeds of a human being I was trying to help out, and I just needed to feed myself, and I got no help at all anywhere. So that's my sad tale of woe. If you play guitar, take care of them. Keep good strings on them, keep them in tune, and they'll treat you good forever. As you can tell, this is my Van Halen tribute guitar. There's a Van Halen medallion here that I glued to the body. It's got Van Halen stripes, styled stripes that I did. I love this guitar. It's my favorite guitar to play. It's an S470 Ibanez. I'm a real big fan of Ibanez S series guitars. Jacksons, Charvels, Schecters, Kramers, BC Rich, any Super Strat style guitar I'll look at. If it's got a tremolo, I'll look at it twice. If it plays well and my hands feel good on it, then I'm probably going to figure out a way to take it home. Anyways, let's celebrate guitars. Let's hope that the new year brings us many things that we've lost in the last 3 years. And God bless you. We love every one of our subscribers. We love our comments. We love everything about this channel and how it brings us interaction with other human beings. More to follow, and this has been a Fun Brothers production.